Hi, it's Craig Thompson Wood, and I'm back again. And I know the last video I posted was 6 months ago, and the real video I posted, I may have done some shorts or something in between then, but it's been nothing significant in the last little while. And every time I think about doing more content again, I was putting it off, and I was just feeling like it was just a chore going back to it. I think this is the kinds of things I talked about last time. So what I'm doing to now is, as the statement, as the title of the video suggests, is this is my declaration of intent. What I'm doing now moving forward. I still keep thinking about the channel. I still keep thinking about what I want to do with the channel. And by the way, pardon for the noise in the background. I'm doing some 3D printing as we speak here, which is one of the things that's been distracting me lately. Is just been getting into. I have a filament printer as well as a resin printers, which is things I could talk about in the future if it's something people want to know more about. But it's just everything up until now, like I said in the previous video, it's been feeling like a lot of work, a lot of just not very rewarding for me, and it's just sort of killed the passion that I had for what I was doing. But I'm still thinking about it. There's still things I want to do. There's still things I want to share, and I enjoy doing the YouTube stuff. But it's just, I think what I need to do is I'm going to be doing a whole different change of direction here, and just different things. There's going to be some changing on the channel. There's going to be some things shaking up a bit. Don't worry, it's going to still be a lot of the same content as we've been seeing, but for those who've been looking for some other stuff, let me just sort of get into it. But before we get into anything else, as I always like to do, I like to talk about the subscribers. And 6 months ago, I had 1,721. Sorry, I'm just trying to do the math here because I'm up to 1,820 now. So I did the math, and so I'm on the spot here. I'm getting a bit flustered with the numbers, but I calculate it to be 99 more subscribers in the last 6 months. So almost a full 100 subscribers for me doing absolutely nothing. So to those who have subscribed, thank you. I really do appreciate that. I haven't done anything to deserve it, but I do appreciate you doing it nonetheless. And I want to know that there is going to be more things coming out. So one thing I want us to say too is that I am going to be setting up a Patreon. Now, this is something I've been thinking about. I don't know anything about Patreon. Well, I know what Patreon does, but I don't know how to set it up. I don't know how to, I'm going to do a little more research into this, but just that is something that's going to be coming into it as well. So if you have any ideas about what you might see as Patreon members, I know there's different levels of membership and what different benefits those people might have for their levels of membership, but this is all new to me, so I'm sort of fumbling through this as I go. But again, if you have any knowledge or suggestions, then I would love to hear that. Just leave that in the comment section below, and I will do my best to respond as soon as possible. But Patreon's going to be doing a couple things. One, it's going to be giving me some ability to take some of the money from things like the whatever the patrons are paying, and being able to put that towards the channel, because I find there's things that I'm lacking, and I just find it hard to justify putting all this money into equipment that I need. Well, that would help a lot more if I had like special lighting and cameras and things like that, when I'm not making any money at all off the channel. So this might help with that. So if people are giving money towards that, then that's going to help towards. I'll put it directly towards the channel itself. It's not coming to my pocket for my benefit. It's coming to the channel's benefit, which I guess is kind of my benefit too, but you get the picture. The other thing the Patreon's going to be doing is it's going to be keeping me accountable. So as long as people are paying me on a monthly basis for whatever I'm doing on the channel, then I better be doing things on the channel, because otherwise I'm not, living up to the expectations of my Patreons, which is really important. So I think that's going to help me as well. So, as I said in the previous video, like 6 months ago, I said that I kind of burnt out, losing the passion I had for all the, talking about the different educational things and things like that. But so like I said, I wanted to sort of start taking it to a different direction. And so the channel is going to broaden its scope. Now, I am going to keep these things on about the educational games. That is still my passion, still something I'm very interested in. And there's a couple things I'm thinking about with that that are still there's things that I want to do. First off is that I'm in the December 11th, I'm doing a workshop on virtual escape rooms. Now, virtual escape rooms, I've already made a couple already done them with my classes. I have some basic knowledge of that, but there's obviously a lot more I could be learning, and I hope to be learning a lot more during this workshop on December 11th, and I can also share that with you, the viewer. And I also have an overdue interview with Matthew Tidbury, who is the author of the best math game ever for teaching math facts, which is City of Zombies. And so he also has a new game which he's developing. So Matthew and I have been talking for long while. I think Matthew and I have actually become friends over the time that since I've contacted him about finding out more about City of Zombies. But he's been sharing things about the new game too, and we've been talking about having this little online discussion as well. So I think this is something long overdue, and so this is going to be my motivation to get that one done. But so, like I said, I want to sort of branch out beyond just the educational games now, and I know there's some things I've been doing on the channel which have been moderately successful, and I mean, I enjoy it so much too, so I think it's just a win-win for me and as well as the viewers. The first, and that is largely like what I want to do, is like some more battle reports. Like I've been doing a few battle reports. I did some Monster Apocalypse and some just some other games as well. But I want to do more of that. Right, so finding other people to play against, sharing the games and including that as part of the channel. So battle reports. Now, one I've done for December, I believe last year was the year before. I can't remember now, but the Duel of Ages was one I like doing for December. So that's one I might look at as well. But now, if you're aware, Duel of Ages actually just came out with a new set this year called World Spanner. So it's like Duel of Ages. Well, the last one was Duel of Ages 2, so this is Duel of Ages 3, I guess you could say. And it's sort of streamlines some things and just has some new interesting things in it as well. I played one game with my brother. I don't think we played a full game, but enough of it, I got a sense of it. I really like it. And hoping to get my own copy. So if that's something you'd like to see, the new World Spanner, then I'm sure I could borrow my brother's set or maybe even play a game with him for the channel, and we'll get that on there. Another big thing that I've been involved in the last few months is one-page rules. One-page rules is a game system which, to me, completely replaces Warhammer, Warhammer Fantasy Battle, Warhammer 40k, all those things. I got back into Warhammer 40k last July, and almost immediately started just reminding myself, oh, this is why I got out of it in the first place. They were changing rules, they were updating rules, there was erratas and FAQs, and just the power creep of things, and just the obvious disparity between the strength of the Tyranids and the Space Marines, which were just coming in that box set. All that stuff is just typical GW and really kind of bothered me. One-page rules is, as they say, on one page and streamlines everything. Really fun game. Miniatures agnostic, so you play with whatever you want, and it's just made me excited to play again. So I'm really enjoying that, and that's something I'd like to be sharing on the channel. I know there was some good reviews, or not good reviews, yeah, good reviews for the Advanced Space Crusade, which I'd done, which was, so that's something I'd like to bring back again too. I've seen some alternative things for that, for some rules tweaks to make it a little more balanced, as well as playing with like Imperial Guard in the Hive as opposed to Space Marines. So there's some different things I would certainly like to be checking out for that one. And Space Hulk, I have actually 3D printed a whole Space Hulk board for all the missions of the 1989 original Space Hulk. I haven't printed everything for Deathwing yet, but for the original Space Hulk, I've 3D printed everything, painted all up, and it's just absolutely amazing. Definitely want to get that one to the thing to show as well. And I mean, there's just a lot of other new games out there that I'm personally excited about that may not be suitable for a classroom, and I've kind of shied away from those typically, because I wanted my channel to be focused on educational board games and board games which could be used for educational purposes. And I think that was part of what was kind of like, now I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to be talking about those games. So I know my new Freedom 5 Kickstarter is coming in, which is, if you know familiar with the game Pandemic, it's a cooperative board game similar to Pandemic, where you're trying to deal with all these things all over the place, but you're superheroes. So your superheroes putting out fires, literal fires, as well as small crimes and stuff all around the city, while the lieutenants are running around. You have to deal with the lieutenants, and eventually go on to deal with the big boss. Space Station Zero is a game which I've had for a long time, never reviewed for the channel. I wanted to, but just never got around to it. And there's just a lot of games I have, which I think would be great for this. Another thing I've been thinking a lot about is just painting. I am an avid painter. I do a lot of painting, and I am a very fast painter, and I think I'm a very good painter too. And I think that, I'm even thinking of doing like a Twitch channel to just do some painting, get on there and just paint and let people watch me paint. And I can give some tips and feedback and things like that, because I just think it's fun, to paint, and I enjoy it. And it's soothing for me. But it's also nice when I'm playing a game and I see people playing with fully painted miniature armies as opposed to, the Legions of Grey, as they're called. So that would be something to look forward to in the future. Like, again, I have to look into the what is involved in setting up a Twitch channel and everything like that. But that's, again, all my things I'm looking at, a whole bunch of things going on right now, and I wanted to just make this video so I can just, once it's made and once it's out there, then that's it. I feel like I'm really back on, I'm committed, and I'm going to be moving in this direction. And maybe that's part of the reason why this video is taking so long to come out, because I knew it was going to mean I'm back and I'm doing it for real this time. With all these things changing, I am going to be changing the name of the channel. It's not going to be Teaching with Board Games anymore. It's going to be something else, maybe, or should I just keep it the same? Like, I think to a show like Watch It Played by Rodney Smith, I mean, he started off just doing playthroughs of games, and now he does all the education, like not education, but the teaching people how to play the games and run-throughs and rules explanations and stuff. So it's not really Watching It Played anymore, but he just kept the name of the channel. So should I keep the name of the channel? Should I change the name of the channel? I'd love to hear suggestions down below. Let me know what you think, because like I say, everything's changing, so maybe a change as well for the name. Not like the name is so big that I can't afford to change it. Right. So, as I say, my apologies for being gone for so long. It's just taking some time to sort things out in my own mind and what I want to do and how I'm going to make things, go forward from here. But as I say, one thing I think too that I want to do is just taking a look around at all this. So I say I'm an avid painter. Like, that is just some of my. Those are the painted miniatures in that cabinet. I have a lot of things I've painted, but I've got lots of board games, some things I could be playing. If there's games you'd like to see reviewed, but then there's games like this, like the Orc Quest is all fully painted. The Batman games are all fully painted. The Dark Tower is fully painted. The Guardians Chronicles is fully painted. But they're all inside that box. They're not over there. Carnival Zombie, fully painted. So this is my game collection. So maybe one video I could be doing just looking over my game collection. I have to reorganize these because I used to have them really organized, but now it's not so much anymore. And then these are Heroscape. So these are not painted by me. I have an extensive Heroscape collection. And my Monster Apocalypse stuff. That's my Blood Bowl teams. Some of my Blood Bowl teams are still up there and there. So I made for Age of Sigmar and Nurgle. Walking over around here. And I've got my Tyranids. There's that Space Marines I have for Space Hulk. And some stuff for one-page rules, some things I've been 3D printing. Yeah. So that's kind of it. So let me know what you think about the new channel ideas, the suggested games I'm looking at, the name of the channel, if you have any ideas for the new name for the channel. And we're going from here. And, I'm going to be having a Christmas break coming up soon. So that's where I'm looking to do a game series like something like the Duel of Ages again, because that's something I've done before. So sky's the limit now. I've got all these different games. I'm going to be playing them because now it's not about just educational games. It's about enjoying games because, let's just face it, playing any kind of games has educational benefits from playing them anyway. So as long as we get people gaming and enjoying games, then education will happen too. So like I say, still the educational games in there, but so many other things as well. So love to hear what you think. Until then, I am your host, Craig Thompson Wood, saying thank you for coming to the classroom. Bye-bye.